All right, guys. We've got Hero in the bottom left side of the map up against Clem in the top right. It's the upper bracket finals of the LiuLi 2024 Grand Finals, and we are going to be seeing a big PvT. Hero, the dynamic, crazy Protoss player. Clem, of course, the impossibly hard to stop Terran. And he's playing his main race, as he does. He doesn't want to play PvP. We saw him fall out of Masters Coliseum in the PvT matchup. I do wonder if he's going to kind of go, that sucks, and go back to just full Terran, even against other Terran players. We'll keep our eyes on it. Not too many other Terrans doing well at the moment. Clem is obviously a big outlier, just excelling when many other players, seems like Maru's not really trying too hard right now. I could be wrong on that. A lot of the players, of course, waiting for the big season announcement before they really get into the grind. I think taking a well-deserved off-season break for many of them. But there's still about, 6-8 players in the top 15 who are clearly grinding every single day. Hero, Clem, Cyril. Rain is pretty active right now as well. Dark playing a lot before he goes to the military in a few weeks. Haven't seen too much Beyond. Haven't seen as much Cure. Solar's, I think, starting to play a few more tournaments now. We'll see if he keeps that up as well. Notice it's Nexus before Core, guys. That's going to allow him to get a much faster second gas. Earlier, Nexus mining on the natural earlier. Chrono boost, all these sorts of things. It's a really nice way to open. I really prefer this opening, especially on a big map like Amygdala, where the Reaper will take a long time to get over here. Clem is opening up with a blind Reaper expand. You can see, though, he's rallied the Reaper up here. So he's just looking for proxies in case there's a forward gateway, making sure he'll have time to respond to that. Stalker first. Oh, hello. Stalker into Stargate, maybe? Here is the kind of crazy cat who might just do that. But, yeah, he's making Warp Gate. You'd have to build the Stargate here, which would be easily scoutable. Looks like it's just going to be a Twilight Council. Here it comes over. You need 150 minerals, 100 gas. Cancels Warp Gate. Does start Stargate. Oh, okay. Double Stalker into Warp Gate, cancel Stargate, and then he'll resume Warp Gate now with 50 gas. Okay, wow. Hard to scout that. It's actually on this map, I don't think you can jump up the ledge at all with the Reaper, right? I don't think you can jump into this corner to get vision. We'll see. Clem, does he get up there? He's trying to click up. What? What? Oh my god. Okay, that's still bugged. I think there's a version of the map where that's fixed, but it looks like they didn't host that version for this tournament. The pathing is bugged on this map, where you'll click the Reaper and he'll just go there and derp out. But if you click in the right position, he'll do an Uber jump. Clem, knowing about that little bug, we'll take advantage of it, guys. If it's in the map, if it's in the thing, if it hasn't been, specifically prohibited, you're allowed to do that. And he sees the Stargate. He's going to try and go back up to see the Oracle building as well. Cyclone's already on the way, so he already knew what was coming. He was already going Cyclone, expecting this. Great preparation by Clem. Maybe he was going to plan to swap over or go tank, but knowing what's happening, he's going to do that. Third Nexus up north. Nice call for Hero. Expanding away from the Terran. And I personally love Oracle into 2-gate Stalker. It's my favorite way to play the matchup right now, where you basically spam stasis traps and you just get 6 Stalkers out as quickly as possible. And even though you don't have Blink, you shoot down any Marines or Reapers that try to set off the stasis traps. And when they try to jump on you, you, of course, have those stasis traps to defend. This second and third gate is very late, though, so this is more of a classic Oracle into Blink play. And his Oracle's not using stasis traps, so I have to question that. I get he's trying to hide it because he doesn't want the Reaper to see it, but I think if you take too long to get those out, there could be Cyclones parading across this map really soon. But no, it's a defensive play. Okay, defensive build for Clem. He's got Marines in the natural mineral line. He's got a Cyclone there. 1 Marine in the bunker. And he's going to go for that 3 racks follow-up. 4-gate Blink coming in here for Hero as the 4th gateway does come up. Reaper's still alive, man. Great play for Clem. He's about to finally see that third base in the odd position and go, oh, you did take a quick third, but you built it over there. And that's going to maybe make him feel a little bad that he was so defensive with this open. If he kept building Cyclones, Marines, Vikings, definitely could have pushed into this and probably canceled that third. If we've got any mods in the chat, let's get ready. Guys, please don't spam the chat. I know you're excited, Devin. Glad you're excited, Devin. I too like the number 69 and put it in all of my IDs, but I've just glanced at chat and it's your name spamming 50 messages in a row. So Deep breaths. That's... Oh, Zulu's trolling, is he? Oh, the mods are trolling. They're encouraging it. Bad mods. That's all good. Obviously, he's going to refund those bets. He's not going to steal your currency there. No gambling on a replay cast, guys. First kill was the Reaper, guys. 8 Marines are going to try and sneak out down the right side of this map. Stasis trap outside the base. 9 Stalkers on the front. It's a Robo and a Forge coming in. And already going for a 4th gases hero. So he's going to have a pretty good gas count. 60 workers, 4 gas. But if those Marines get into the main with stim finished, unload in a corner. Sorry, we're going to hero's vision. Nah, there's no... He'll have vision of his whole main, so he can't get surprised by the unload, which is good for him. Cyclone gets a little damage, nothing crazy. Blinking in here would be really stupid. And I think Hero realizes that he should just try to pick off units, blink away, play this very standard. Get some Marine there. Oh, a little slow on that blink. Felt like he wasn't really paying attention. 3 more gateways coming in. So it's going to be 7 gate charge and +1. That stasis trap is in such a weird spot. Hero does lose a Stalker, and now the drop's coming in, guys. Revelation goes down on the rocks as well as the army. Medevac going into the main base. Hero, he's got to react quickly, but he's distracted. Clem distracting him on the front. He's not paying attention. There we go. Snap recall. Very good snap recall. Stalkers are going to shut this down. He can blink on top of that, which means there's no way out. Wait, no, blink already got used. Blink already got used. Hero, oh, Clem didn't know that, though, so he will lose this entire drop. But at the same time, he scans, doesn't run into the stasis trap on the front. The force fields don't really achieve anything. Oh, this is a bit of a disaster for Hero. He doesn't have charge yet. And Clem shoving in there. He didn't have to build a safety tank. He didn't have to build a Raven because of that early scout on the Stargate using that Reaper trick. And because he was able to skip that, he's just got so much stim bio so early. Sneaks to drop in the main, shoves the front, gets a really good trade-off, but he doesn't overcommit. Units lost tabs pretty even. 4th base coming up top. Clem does not have a 3rd base just yet. It's floating out, but it's not on position. Widowmine, quick on burrow there. Trying to control this tower is Clem. Stalkers are up there. Good blink to bait the Widowmine shop. Cyclone, Bio coming forwards in the north side. Widowmine's got to be burrowing there. Will they get the good shots? Stalker, Sentry coming forwards, and he's going to try to set off the Widowmine, but Clem, his Widowmine did not quite fire. Stalkers getting overwhelmed by the Marauders. The Bioforce is kind of healthy here. It's doing really well. He's going to warp in more Stalkers. Oh, the pylon goes down. Massive snipe, massive snipe. That's going to reset the warp in. More Zealots are warping in down south, but the Stalkers are going down. Immortal rallies forward. It could do really well against these Marauders if it can land some hits on them, but it's going to go down. The Widowmine does fire on the Marauder, on the Immortal, sorry. It was already dead. Clem picks up, gets out of there. Massive trade. 1,700 resources favored. All of those Stalkers going down is a disaster. 15 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, the Oracle, the Immortal. Hero is in a bad spot now. Clem with his Micro, his Widowmines, and his Stutter Step just doing excellently. And behind it, he's got a 3rd fully established, 64 workers, Macro and Micro and Aggression all at the same time. And this is always the scary part. If you play Oracle into the Blink, and they do not build any safety tanks, any Ravens, you don't get any damage done with your Stalkers, you find yourself just facing a giant bio army, and your charge is not ready on time, your Colossus aren't ready on time, and if he's really good at avoiding those stasis traps like Clem is, the Oracle basically ends up just being a very expensive observer. Big Widowmine shots on the Zealots, Stalkers there, just no numbers to defend. 4th Nexus will go down. And of course, he's going to continue chasing, trying to get some of these probes as well. Another Immortal rallies up here. The rally point of these Immortals has been a little bit special for Hero, not looking too good. As the Armory, Ghost Academy, both going down. 2nd Engineering Bay as well. Hero's down 40 army supply, and of course Stalkers, they're good if you have the numbers and you kind of wear him down, make him overstim. But I think Hero's Stalker usage on the front was pretty poor. And I think that combined with the drop sneaking by was just such an excellent setup for Clem. That meant, you know, Hero wasn't able to wear him down, force him to stim over and over, which is what, of course, the Protoss player wants. Colossus goes down, Stalker's trying to blink away, but now they're just stuck behind each other. There's Libs out front, Widowmines. With the Medevacs healing, those Marauders are unstoppable. Zealots try to charge in. The Libs make them disappear almost instantly. Widowmine shot gets dodged with no firepower behind it. It's a Pyrrhic effort. Doesn't matter for Hero. He's going to go down. Hanging in there and microing because his name's Hero, and he's made crazy comebacks before, but this would not be a crazy comeback. This would be a comeback for the ages. This would be the most insane comeback. He gets rid of 1 Lib, loses his entire army, and with only 2 Stalkers to micro and a single Colossus coming down, Hero is going to tap out. Clem takes a really nice game 1, and it all comes back to the early Stalker interactions in this one. You go 4-gate Stalker Blink after an Oracle. You find no damage with your Oracle. You find no damage with your Stalkers. This is the moment where I think if he blinked in the main, it would have been good. I think if he blinked straight in the main and started fighting, and maybe threw a stasis trap down or flew the Oracle into the back of the main, though there is a Widow Mine on that side. Is there a Widow Mine on this side as well, guys? Now, where are his 2 Widow Mines? Okay, he's got one just next to the Starport one there. But yeah, I think if he traded here before Stim Shields, I know it's a narrow window, but I think this is the moment where like you get here, 540, blink straight into the main, start trading. Because you've invested in 4-gate Blink, like you've also made 9 Stalkers. He doesn't have tanks, he doesn't have a Raven. You got to get in there and do some damage now. And because he kind of went for the natural, Clem wasn't respecting the main base at all. He just kind of happened to have his units all in the correct position, and Hero couldn't really force a fight. Then he throws a stasis trap in an objectively terrible position. What are you going to do? Run back here? Like, that's just really a bad stasis trap. And then, of course, he loses a Stalker here without really getting much damage. He's only killed 1 or 2 Marines. And then he's trying to break these rocks to, like, move around. But then the drop gets on top of him, and Clem's just like, oh, cool. He stims only a single Marine there, by the way. He hasn't done the stim yet. Forces the recall, shoves the front at the same time. And it looked like he was okay from here, which is what got me a bit confused. I think if he did those force fields a bit better, that would have been nice. He loses a few Stalkers and Probes, but it's not like the end of the world, right? Like, he cleans up the Widow Mines. Yeah, he loses a few Stalkers. It felt like he survived the scariest bit. But I guess just charge was a little bit late. He does blink forward, doesn't quite get that Widow Mine. And I think he should have been going Mass Zealot from here. I think an 8th Gateway would have been really nice as well. Clem's just so committed. He's trying to go Robobay +1 charge, but he just doesn't quite get there. And maybe he should have given the 4th base up, since the 3rd is only now floating out. But these fights just end up going too good for Clem around this watchtower, and just with a really good micro by Clem. And when he broke this army, especially, I think that Pylon Snipe was probably the game-winning move. Like, if that Stalker Warp-in came in, I think this is probably... He might be able to turn the fight and overwhelm. Without that Stalker Warp-in, all the Stalkers die, and it's kind of just game from there. Really nice win for Clem in game 1. All right, Hero there. Rough game 1 there. I like the opening. And I would have loved to see it if Clem did not know what he was up against. But Clem getting the scout early was worth it. The Reaper opening paid off. And so I've actually been thinking the Pylon and the Natural is just not that important early. If you go for the wall off here and you build your second Pylon in the back, you can always hide your tech. And that might be something that's worth doing for top Protoss players against guys like Clem who Reaper Scout very often. If they don't Reaper Scout, you don't really need to bother. But if they Reaper Scout, I think it's very important. This is, of course, Weibo Gaming's Hero, guys. He's playing on his NA account, and he's too lazy to change his name to represent his team. Something his team really should get on him about, but, we'll see how we go. Clem representing Team Liquid very well. I'll have to remind Hero. You guys remind me, next time we're playing Pigstarcraft Weekly and I'm casting Hero, I will message him live and I'll tell him how to change his name. I'm just like, a lot of pros not able to find teams right now in the, I think there's a lot of question marks about what the StarCraft pro scene is going to look like over the next year. So, contracts running out, not getting renewed, teams kind of waiting to see what the circuit will look like, I think, before they pick up new players and make decisions about, giving them contracts and what salaries should be and that sort of stuff. So quite a few players out there, like Estrella, Creator. I'm not sure if Gumiho's still on Cloud9. I think he's still on Cloud9. But yeah, there's a few players who it makes no sense that they're teamless right now, especially guys like Estrella, #1 American player, super creative, fun to watch. And genuinely nice guy as well. Now, where is that Stargate? Down the very bottom. We're actually committing to the proxy. Wow. That's so close. Is this just for Oracle, or is he thinking of going Tempest as well? Because that looks like a Tempest proxy, guys. I know this sounds crazy. Oh, dude, the probe! The probe just killed 2 Marines! Oh my god, that was sick! Okay, so for those who don't know, when an Adept hits a Marine, it hits it twice and leaves it on 1 hit point. So the probe came in one tap both of the Marines. That was actually such a cool move for Hero. He's going to go forwards now. SCV's exposed on the Natural. Tries to get in the main. Clem, lets him in. Clem, what are we doing? Oh no, Clem lets him in the main base. He's got nothing there to fight that. His Marines have just started. This Adept could ruin him. Meanwhile, Adept and Reaper facing off on the other side of the map. The Reaper tries to run past that. We'll see if that Reaper can get past. No, that's going to be hard for him to micro. This Adept is going to keep doing damage, and he's going to shade over there as well. Likewise, Reaper gets in. He's killed one probe so far. Can he get any more? Oh, he's going to have to pull back. He has to pull back. His SCV's trying to micro, but that Adept going after the massive amounts of lost mining time. Clem did a good job of minimizing the damage, honestly. The fact that it's only 4 SCVs going down could have been worse. Now, that Reaper comes back in, gets a second probe as well, but he does go down as a price for that. Viking being built for Clem, very important because there is an early Oracle. Now, because of all that kind of like lost money and stuff, no Fleet Beacon just yet, but the reason I'm thinking Fleet Beacon is because you can fly this along the bottom, get it behind the worker line, and oh, Shizzlefist, sorry guys, I thought the Oracle was like delayed. I didn't realize an Oracle came in, got 4 SCVs. Bad observing by me. I apologize for that, guys. Lots going on here, and 4 SCVs going down on top. Damn, that's big damage. I wonder if he got a mule. Okay, he didn't kill a mule as well, but that's still amazing. 2 Adepts. Yeah, he's just gonna go Twilight Council into a third base. It's not the Tempest build I was thinking of. Obviously, because early Vikings will be fine against that. You can beat 1 or 2 Vikings with 1 or 2 Tempests, but if they start mass repairing the Vikings, your Tempests are going to struggle. And of course, you're going to be able to mass repair in this scenario. So, bit of a meme build. Probably only works against Zerg or against the Zerg or other Protoss players. Wouldn't work against the Terran because of the way repair and early Viking production works. Unless they play 3 racks. Oh, Oracle barely gets out. Okay, guys, check this out. Units lost type. You lost an Oracle, 3 Adepts, but you've done massive economic damage. Clem right now desperately counter-pushing with a Cyclone, a Widow Mine. He's building more Cyclones and Liberators and Marines. He's going super aggressive right now. There's 2-gate Stalk here. The Oracle needs to refill an energy and start spamming Stasis Traps. Hero will need to give this base up. His Adept comes in and dies just there. Sorry, guys. A little bit slow on catching things today. Bit of sleep at the helm. As we've watched already quite a few epic games today. Oh, he's going to go around the right side knowing... Oh, the Oracle goes down, which means that Stasis Trap probably not going to be that effective. Medevac sees it. He sees it. He sees it. He's got to split a unit. Clem. Oh, he's going to try and set it off and pick up. Oh, he sets it off. Picks up the Widow Mine to avoid the actual freeze. But Blink is almost ready. That is 6 Stalkers. 6 Stalkers can out-micro most of these units. Probe tries to set off the Widow Mine. Doesn't quite able to get it. The Stalker's coming forward there. Blink not ready just yet. He's going to need to build another pylon up here. Hero, he's only on 3 gates. He needs to warp in Stalkers in his natural and run them over to help. He's trying to make a new Oracle as he has no way of revealing that Widow Mine. He does not want to take that Widow Mine shot to the face. Nexus taking a lot of damage. He's running out of time. Extra Stalkers have warped in. He's got to go for it. He has to go for it. The probe dancing in and out. It's not going to be enough. Okay, he's going to run forward. Blink is ready. He does blink forward, but I think he actually blinked a bit too late. He took the Widow Mine to the face. The Cyclones ruining the Stalkers. Oh my god, Hero had such a good start, guys. But he's getting a little bit sloppy here, and he just feels like he doesn't quite have the numbers to defend the counterattack. Clem desperately looking for damage. If Hero loses his third, this will be fine. Liberator in the main got 8 kills. Oh, during all that, Liberator got 8 kills, make it 9. That is massive. Tank is sieged up on the front now as well. Cyclone Marine Liberator here. No way. Clem was in so much trouble from the start, letting the Adept in, and he just fights back, and Hero not able to keep up the pace here with Clem. Clem out microing him and hitting him with that Liberator in the main. Absolutely deadly. Oh god, what crazy damage to get back in this series. This should have been a 1-1. This should have been a 1-1. Look how delayed Stim and Shields is in the third command. He had to lean so hard into that pressure. If he didn't kill 20 probes in the third base, if he just killed the third or just killed the 20 probes, honestly, I think Hero is fine. But because he got 20 probes and a third Nexus, Hero is screwed. I think Hero maybe should have pulled his probes and just fought it straight away. But, it's tough because the way Clem went north, killed the Oracle, and then went back south, and then set off the Stasis Trap, and the Stalkers weren't fighting with it, that's hard. Stalkers on the front, Robo and Forge coming up behind. Third base almost rebuilt. Probe production consistent, but of course, Terran is ahead 5 workers and wants Stim Shields and +1 finishes, and that third command center floats out. Clem has all the pieces he needs for a solid game. Phoenix gets a single shot off on the Medevac. 8 damage. I think you got to go something special here as Hero, and I'm wondering what that is. He's just making like Zealots, Sentries. He's thinking, I don't have time to get to a higher tech, but it's going to be hard. Double drop. Thinks about moving out, realizes there is a Phoenix watching for it, and he just kind of chills. Says, let's just push the front. Nice stim. Gonna push those Stalkers back. Phoenix is gonna pull back as well. There's no Storm, no Colossus, and only 5 gateways. 54 probes for Hero. He loses a Stalker, picks off a Marine. Good trades for Clem. At the same time, a single Phoenix sees the 3rd command center floating out. Zealot, Sentry, Colossus charge isn't even done. +1's only just now started. +1 attack is finished for Clem, of course. Widowmine, Bio, tank on the front lines. He can just stand his ground. There's no damage. Hero just has no damage. He has nothing, man. Dude, I can't believe this. Oh, we have to analyze this game. This is crazy. Like, so many Hero games are like this where it's such a seesaw back and forth, but damn, he had a good build. He had a good start. It's such a shame to waste that. Phoenix does take some Widowmine shots there. It doesn't matter. The Bio Ball just can't be touched. Even with charge here, look at that stutter step. Widowmines. Nice Widowmine shots. Tank's going to land some hits on those range units as well. With the Marine Marauder, the Widowmine's recharging. This is massive. Massive, massive, massive. Ooh, GG. Alright, guys. So the Reaper came in and did distract him a bit, which meant his Adept, it killed 4 SCVs. I think 4 SCVs is fine. I think this is still good at this point. I apologize for not watching the first Oracle. I really do. This was bad for me. But this should have set him up for success, right? Gets 3 SCVs immediately. Gets a 4th one. And then he flies into the Widowmine and dies. So losing the Widowmine there was very unnecessary. Obviously, he was a bit distracted, I guess. And he then goes for, yeah, 2nd gate, Twilight. Keeps building Oracles. Continues forward with some Adepts while looking to take a 3rd. Now, I do think this is a suboptimal 3rd in my opinion. The reason he took this is if the threatening drops into the main, you can kind of defend this area and quickly move south to cut those drops off. Whereas if you expand up here, the Terran can either push this side or he can pick up and boost into your main base and it's very far apart. So valid reasons for both. Now the Adepts come in and they start to trade, but they don't really trade very well, right? They pick off like a Marine or 2. But what it really did was allow the Oracle to come back in. So let's watch that again. So you look at the Adepts and you think, is this good? Not really. Well, it is because it allows this to happen. So the Oracle comes in, wastes a lot of mining time. I mean, I guess he only got 1 SCV. Gets the 2nd one. But then this Viking Micro is so slick. Like, that's insane that he kills this Oracle, right? Oh, he didn't. No, he did escape. It did escape. Sorry. I was like, I can't believe he killed that. It's like, well, no, he didn't actually. And then it feels like the Stalker production is maybe a little inconsistent here in the follow-up. The Adept comes in, sees the rally, does take the Widowmine shot. 2 more Stalkers warping in. 3rd gateway is coming out. I'm surprised he didn't build a shield battery over here, guys. Another pylon and a shield battery on this 3rd. Are you guys surprised by that? I really thought he was going to. Because, like, you know there's a counterattack. You've got probes here. And I was kind of like, where's the battery and the extra pylon? Because you know this pylon's going to go down and then you can't warp in on the front. Losing the Oracle's rough, but, like, it's in deep red. That's going to happen, right? If you don't react instantly, that will happen. But then I'm kind of looking at this and going, okay, the 3rd and 4th Stalker should have already been down here. There should have been a battery and another pylon doing. If Clem doesn't get damage now, he's so screwed. Like, he really is so screwed. Guys, his 2nd barracks just started. No 3rd command center. He's supply blocked on 62. His eBay's just started. He's in a bad spot right now. But no extra pylon, no extra battery. And then he tries to build a 3rd and 4th gateway, or sorry, a 4th and 5th gateway here, as well as a battery in the main base. Why is there a battery in the main base? So that baffles me, that the battery in the main base and the 3rd, I mean, the 3rd gas makes sense. The battery in the main base is really weird. I guess Hero was like, well, I don't need a pylon right now for supply, so why would I build it? And that's fair enough. But in this scenario, well, you do really need it, right? Just for the warp in. Because once that pylon goes down, that's a real bummer. Yeah, he starts it now. And being able to use energy recharge on a battery heals 300 shields, guys. And then you refill it, it can heal another 300. That's 600 shields. That's like 3 Stalkers worth of life. More than 3 Stalkers. Very, very big. Yeah. And I definitely think potentially pulling the probes is good. He also could have just sacrificed a Stalker on the Widowmine. But yeah, he didn't have the numbers to just run forward and take it out like that. So I think he overestimated the threat of the Widowmine maybe a little bit here. And you can just see the micro for Clem is pretty good. Hero focuses a Marine. Very low value target, the Marine. Medevac is the most important target. That pulls back. He just doesn't have the numbers here. Yeah, that's rough. That's tough. Really well played by Clem, though. Nice comeback from a very messy start. GG, well played. All right, guys. We've got Weibo Gaming's hero in the bottom right side of the map. Clem in the top left side of the map. It's a TVP for the ages. Now, this map is King's Cove, ladies and gentlemen. It's a giant map. Huge. Absolutely huge. It's massive. It's really hard to find proxies on this map. It goes to late game a lot. Other than, I mean, I kind of feel like if there was a map to do a crazy, like, Phoenix Zealot style and swarm over Clem's pressures, and, like, force Clem to play a very turtley style, then swap into Super Greed, take 5 bases. Something wild like that might be good for Hero. He's going to scout for the proxy barracks. On this map, Reaper's very scary because you look at this ledge. You can jump anywhere on that entire ledge. The old days when Reapers had many access points into people's bases. And it will be Nexus before Cybercore. Good move here for Hero. No, Cybercore first. But why? Interesting, guys. Wants to do an early Adept across the map. I guess he says on such a big map, you're going to definitely build your command center there. If I mean, even if you chrono an Adept across, I don't think it gets there in time. This map's so big. I think the command center will finish before an Adept could possibly arrive. Yeah, we'll see. And there's no reason to go core before Nexus normally. Unless you're worried about that Reaper doing damage, which likewise on this map is not a concern. It takes forever for the Reaper to get across. But maybe Hero is just a bit worried about proxies. Early units coming in. Wants the Adept out sooner rather than later. Reaper's going to scout for proxies as Clem does almost every game though. Likes to make sure he's not getting cheesed either. Doesn't want you to have a gateway on his side of the map causing him problems. Marine comes in. Bunker goes down in the natural. And we should see a reactor next. 50 gas. Very nice. So he delays the second gas here to squeeze the bunker in. If you want to play a bit greedier, you can just go straight second gas after factory. But delaying the second gas a few seconds to get that bunker is the safe way to play. And it's once again Adepts into Stargate. I do love Oracle openings. And I think they're incredibly good. I think we've seen him unable to hide his Stargate opening. Game 1. And then game 2, he kind of did throw away that first Oracle, unfortunately, going for a bit of extra damage. I think it would have been amazing. If he had 2 Oracles spamming stasis traps, it would have been very hard for Clem to get across that map. Not to mention the potential damage on the mineral lines. Reaper's just dancing around. Adept gets a single hit on it, but that is all. Another Adept comes forward. There is a battery on this naturally. You might be wondering, why is there a battery? The reason is Hero hasn't scouted. He has no idea what he's up against. So he's like, well, this could be a double gas build. Oh, Hero. He lets the Reaper in. Oh, but wait, he doesn't see the Stargate. I mean, he knows it's 3 Adepts at this point. Oh, not the best micro for Hero. Dude, that guy's going to get out, is he? I can't believe the Reaper's getting out. Adept comes across the map as well. Now, the Stargate did not get spotted. It did get spotted. Never mind. He saw the Stargate. Oh, but he lets Hero in. Clem, what are we doing? Dude, he keeps leaving his door down. He's been playing so much Protoss, he's not used to having a door that he can close. It just makes me think of visiting my grandparents as a kid. And they lived in an area where, like, I don't know, I guess we'd always be visiting in summer. And I guess they had, like, a crazy amount of mosquitoes because they were out in the country somewhere. And they were like, close the fly screen. Like you open that door, you gotta get in, close the door immediately. Like, you cannot let those mosquitoes in, man. That's essentially right now Clem shouting at whatever SCV is in charge of raising and lowering the door. He's like, when the Protoss mosquitoes are coming in, you close the friggin' door. I remember, like, as like a 5-year-old, it was like, you know, I got told off so many times for leaving that door open. They're like, oh my God. I get it more now as now. I think as a kid, you could probably sleep with a mosquito buzzing around your ear and you wouldn't even care. As an adult, that has to be one of the most infuriating things in the world. Just that. I actually, these days, if we do let one in my place, which we don't happen very regularly, I basically cover up and I just stick a leg out. I just go, have the leg, just don't go on my face, you know? I'm like, I just stick my legs out and I'm like, okay, feast. Like, this is the agreement we have. Like, once you're in my abode, you get free leg feeding. Just don't land near my face, or I will get up, turn all the lights on in the middle of the night, and I will spend 5 minutes hunting for you until I have tasted your blood, as you have tasted mine. Did they live in far northern Queensland? No. No, not far northern Queensland. Can't even remember exactly where it was. I need to look it up. As a little kid, you don't really know where you are geographically when you go places, right? Your parents just take you to and from, but you don't really understand how like maps work that well and stuff. But no, I was down here in New South Wales. It was like I think it was a few hours north of Sydney. All right, Starport's coming up. Factory, third command center is good. I mean, it's a good macro build for Clem. He's going to force late game. I'm surprised Hero isn't just building a fourth base. To be fair, on such a big map, I think you can kind of do anything you want here. Like, you know, you've killed one Reaper and that's it. I'm surprised the Phoenix aren't a bit more active as well, to be fair. Pick off a few of these SCVs and Marines that are scouting everywhere. Oh, Clem's going to move out to take the third. Stim and Shield's almost finished. Not quite yet. Observers there. I think extra Observers would be nice because he's got Phoenix for vision. Doesn't feel it's a priority. He could scoot around the left side of that turret and find some value. Cyclones, he sees the Cyclones are out of position. Ooh, SCVs. Very nice. 4, 5, 6 SCVs. And the Phoenix finding their first bit of real damage in this game. Sentry, Zealot, Colossus, Immortal. Very straight up play here for Hero. On such a big map, and you see a fast third CC, I always think, like, where's the double forge? You know, where's the fourth base? But this is like, I guess this is a very Korean way to play, is they see greed, and he doesn't want to leave an opening by being too greedy in response, right? You look at like Estrella in this position, he'd have double forge and a fifth Nexus on the way, and he'd be very vulnerable to this move out right here. Hero, I think, wants this move out to come so he can crush it, because Clem doesn't have a lot of map vision. He no doubt thinks, you've seen me be greedy, you have to be greedy to match it, I have to go punish your fast fourth. But actually, the gateway transition isn't here yet either. Hero's third was really not that early this game. He doesn't feel very rich. Oh, doesn't pick up the Cyclone there? Interesting. Scan. Colossus coming forward. Good sentries there available with the force fields. Phoenix almost dying. The Cyclone's such a nuisance right now. The gateways are coming up. Charge did not get made. We're going blink before charge, which is a wild choice for Hero. I think this is Hero saying, look, I'm not afraid of the frontal push. I'm afraid of getting out-positioned, and I know these Phoenix aren't going to last much longer. They're probably going to go down in the next battle, and I need to be able to reposition and deal with it. Normally, you'd go charge first off of this scenario. Cyclone does go down. Did he kill his own Cyclone, guys, or am I crazy? Phoenix gets picked off. Sentry, Stalker, Colossus starting to shave away these units. Clem knows he's committed pretty far to the other side of that force field trap. Ooh, that was juicy. That was juicy. Yes, Pig, he did kill his own Cyclone. That nice. It was a traitor anyway. He didn't like the look of that Cyclone. That was a good catch, though. Hero catches a bunch of units. He's got his fourth base up. Charge needs to start, though. Has he queued it? He hasn't queued it up. Blink's almost ready. 1-1 upgrades are coming in. Clem has better upgrades, but Clem has no siege. Clem has no siege thanks to Defender push. Widowmine gets picked up. The Observer there providing vision. Great move with the Phoenix. And the Observer's going to force another scan out if he wants to get rid of that. Another scan goes down. Army moves to the right, though. Phoenix does take a Widowmine to the chin. The Phoenix are getting low, but Clem's army is not that big in that fourth command center. Oh, Hero clicks on it. Force fields the bio as well. You got to run away, Clem. Clem cannot fight this. Clem has to keep it in his pants right now, but he's getting a bit over-aggressive. Yes, the Vikings will beat the Phoenix, but the Stalkers, look at that. The Vikings come too far forward. Two of them go down to the Stalkers. Colossus shaving off the units. Even without a forward warp in point, these are great fights for Hero. Hero should back off now, though. It's crazy for him to still be this far forward without Zealots being able to warp in on the front line. He's still not making charge. He's going Storm. Now he makes Zealots. I don't think he realizes that he doesn't have charge. There's no way. +2's on the way for him right now. Second forge. Stalker's on the front. Run forward. Does lose one Stalker. He's got to be careful. Clem's rebuilding the fourth command center in the same position. His 2-2 upgrades are almost done, which means right now it's 2-1 versus +1 attack. Big upgrade advantage. Charge has begun. He realizes as those Zealots waddle across the map. 4 Colossus are out right now. Stalker's roaming the left side. 5th Colossus just came out, guys. Oh. Oh, Hero's punishing Clem. Okay, so check this out, guys. Clem is doing what I call the one-size-fits-all StarCraft. He's basically saying, I get to just build Bio and Ghost and Mine every game. Even though those units are not meant to be the counter to Colossus, you're meant to go quick double Starport, he just keeps building Widow Mines and Marauders, and just building a few Vikings. Because he doesn't want to overcommit to Vikings because they're a bit of a one-dimensional unit. Hero knows he's going to do this because Clem has this habit, so Hero is hiding his Colossus. He's got 5 of them now. If he can land a Storm on those Vikings, and the Stalker's fighting from the high ground, actually getting a bunch of the Vikings, and there's only 2 Vikings left. 2 Vikings versus a bunch of Colossus. How do you not have a second Starport this late in the game? Clem being way too greedy. And now with Psystorm as well, feedback's landing on a few of those Ghosts. Tries to morph to Archon, doesn't quite get it in time. Snipes come down, a few of the High Templar do fall. Observer does not go down. Hero keeps that one alive by pushing forward and scaring Clem back. Clem trapped on 3 base. Hero taking a 4th, 5th, and a 6th base right now. He's going from 4 to 6 bases. Colossus Stalker in the front, another Viking goes down. Clem needs a second Starport or Siege Tanks or Range Libs. He does not have any of these, and he's bled out already 6 Vikings in this game. Those 5 Colossus are a problem, and his 6th one is building because Hero is crazy. Hero has more lasers than a disco from 1984. We're talking about Sentry Stalker Zealot getting flanked by the Marauders though! Clem with a Chad Gamar move! But he doesn't have the numbers to capitalize, even with a sick flank. 5 Colossus say, get out of my base, get out of my face, and Hero gets a point on the board. Clem bleeding out too many Vikings, skimping on Viking production, and not getting a second Starport gets punished. Great moves there by Hero. Alright, guys, we got Hero in the top right side of the map for Weibo Gaming, Clem in the bottom left, and I love that Hero's got a point on the board now. I think that's the confidence boost you need there. It was a giant map as well. It's the map where I was kind of worried. I was like, oh, is this going to be good for Hero? But then I remember, Hero is a good macro player. He's crazy flexible, right? He can play any style. He didn't try to play too greedy. He leaned into the heavy Colossus, and because Clem played a very turtley low scouting style, he kind of just hid that Colossus count as it grew. And that was really cool to see him take advantage of Clem's habits. Probably won't work again. And on ley lines, I doubt we get that late in the game without there being a lot more fighting as well, but we'll see what happens. SCV coming around. This is an eBay block, ladies and gentlemen. You're meant to have a probe down there looking for this. Oh, Hero's being too greedy. Oh, Hero's being too greedy. He's only sending the probe now. He didn't think Clem would go for and he goes back for the Cyber Core, which means he's not even going to know about the eBay for so long. Oh, gosh. I mean, he's building a Zealot at least. And he's going to find out about the eBay now, which I guess he kind of expected. Felt like he kind of expected that, just with the way the probe moved, as if it wasn't going directly to build the Nexus. And he's going to take... Oh, no, this... No! Hero, it's the worst Nexus in the game! He always does this! Oh, gosh, I thought he'd learned his lesson. I know we've seen him win with this Nexus before. Okay, so the only way you can justify this terrible base that has 2 less mineral patches than a normal base, yes, that one doesn't count, it's only 150 minerals, and only 2,500 gas, 2,250 gas you can mine. It's half the total gas and 3/4 of the mining of a normal base, so it does not pay off long term. It's also very exposed. A tank down here can siege the mineral line, so it's a disastrous base. But if you can bait your opponent into over-aggression and then shut that aggression down, it can work out. So that's the play for Hero, is overcommit to shutting down what comes your way and make some magic happen. If he can do that, I will be very impressed. But I hate this Nexus for a reason. The first week or 2, maybe 3 weeks of this patch, everyone kept taking this base. And I really was like, guys, are you not counting the minerals? Do you not, like, there's a reason, like, this base is very bad. But we'll see if Hero can make it work. Hero is a player who often makes weird strategies look really good. Now, it would be better if he had the Pylon Cybercore here actually walling the front, because as you can see, Reactor Hellions are coming out. He knows about it. He's going to have to just Chrono and Oracle. I think he could go Phoenix, but I think if you Chrono and Oracle, it's much safer here. Zealot's going to get taken out. Adept's going to shade back. And it's Phoenix. Ooh, Phoenix is good for shutting down Medevac, but it's not good for shutting down the Hellions. There are 4 Hellions coming over. He's only got 2 Adepts. Third one's almost out, though, which is really nice. Like, Command Center on the high ground, very conservative. Clem's economy is weak. But he's going to go 2nd and 3rd barracks behind it. And he's going to pull back with these Hellions, wait for the 4th one to come out before moving forwards. Okay, Pylon on the high ground. Hero realizing, oh, this could get really weird. I'm not sure where he's going to come from. I've got to get out there. Be ready for it. He's got 1 Phoenix in the back, 2nd one coming in. The shield battery, he should be okay. He sees it. Oh, great play here. Really good play here by Hero. And obviously you just wall that off with a pylon. And these guys are trapped. Oh, brilliant play, dude. Look at that. Brilliant play. The Hellions can't really do any damage now. He does leave one Hellion back there. Drops it, lets the Adepts kill it. But that's awesome. Cancels the pylon. Yes, he built these pylons earlier than he really needed to. I would have actually preferred he built a second gateway there, guys, rather than the second pylon. I think pylons is cheaper, but the gateway he actually needs to play StarCraft right now. Right? Yeah, now the gateway comes down. I'm like, don't you need the gateway anyway? Cyclone, a couple of aliens, couple of marines. Oh, Hero's gonna dive? No, don't dive into that. This is if you throw these units away, it's very bad for you as Hero. But if he can scout the second and third barracks, that'll be key. He has to realize what's happening. That second and third barracks, it's a no starport, no medevac push. Clem, he's not completely all in, but he's incredibly committed to an attack. Now those Hellions are going to try to move out. Hero still has not scouted with his Phoenix. That's a travesty, mate. You got to scout what you're up against. He doesn't have any vision of his opponent's economy. Look at that. The Hellions know they were spotted on the way out, so they just hide. All he's doing is redirecting the Phoenix. Okay, 4 gateways coming in. Twilight Council and Forger here. You have to go charge. If you play Blink, you're a madman. Hero, he just cancelled another shade. He has to start charge, but he doesn't. He's got 100 gas. If he goes +1 first, that's going to delay his charge even longer. He's still building Phoenix on 2 gas right now. Thinking about taking a third base. Charge starts up. Charge is on the way. Charge is exactly what you need to shut this build down. If you can get 6-gate charge going, you can crush this. You know he's going to be aggressive. That's what this forward Nexus is all about. He's going for 4 gates. He's going to take the rich gas now. Maybe think about adding some Archons off the back of this. Stim and Shields are almost done though. The Marine count, 13. 17 Marines, 2 tanks, a Cyclone and 2 Hellions. It's a fearsome push and it's on its way forward. +1 armor's coming in. Charge, getting chronoed as well. All of his gateways are on the front. If he loses this base, it's game over. He built a 3rd Nexus. He has no vision of the front. Bit blind on the front right now. He's still worried about these Hellions. He's not thinking about the frontal push. He's going to clean up that Hellion and the other one. But look at this. The army's here. Those Adepts need to micro. He sees the push coming now. But where is the charge? It's still 25 seconds away. Clem not going to give him that time. Stem and Shields is almost done right now. Hero lazy on his scouting. He didn't realize this push was coming. He's only got 4 gateways and 3 of them are on the front. This is a disaster. If he loses these gateways, that's his production. He's supply blocked right now after losing that pylon as well. The 3rd Nexus not going to be ready in time. If he gives up this area, he loses all of his production. Oh no! He's got to go for it. Adept's going to shade forward. Here we go. Zealots and Phoenix going for the charge. He's picking off a few of these units. The Adept shade on top, dragging some tank-friendly fire onto those Marines. Brilliant play by Hero. And he is going to clean this up. Okay, that was worth it. Keeps the gateways alive. Yes, he loses a Nexus, but he shuts down the army. He doesn't lose too many probes. You can rebuild that base, get back to gas mining, drop a 4th base right now. I think that's the play. Obviously, try to Phoenix harass. You know it's going to be a transition into medevacs and a 3rd command center. But Clem, and he could go for another roll-in. Unlikely for that to work, though, as the Phoenix come into the main base, pick off a couple of these SCVs. 3 SCVs, not bad. Oh, goes for a Marine, bit dangerous. And he almost loses 2 Phoenix there, but does get out. Good pullback. Okay, Phoenix still being built. The purple gas base only now being rebuilt. Where? No probe production either. Okay, Hero really taking a long time to focus on his economy. I thought his instinct would be when he shut that push down to immediately hold the income button down. It's odd that he's not probing, guys. He's only building probes out of 1 Nexus. Now he starts chronoing. It's like a minute delay on building probes right now. I gotta question that. He sees a 3rd command center. He could be doing so much better on the economy right now. To not take a 4th base after cleaning that army up that hard, I mean, he's clearly not going to kill him with a counter roll-in. Hero, that is. So I question the decision-making. I'm trying to think of his thought process, and I think he was just worried about a second wave of all-in coming his way. I don't think he realized how efficient that fight was for him when he crushed that army. Because he lost economy, but army versus army, he destroyed Clem. So the only thing that makes sense logically from Hero's mindset is if he thought, I can go for a counterattack, let's go, and rallied Zealots across, but he never did that. He sat at home. He rallied like 2 Zealots and an Adept across, and he just took forever to start building probes. Still no 4th Nexus either. Only 51 workers against 51 of Terran. It feels like Hero right now is just feeling his way through this game. He's not really kind of thinking back to fundamental economic analysis and kind of where you're putting your investment. He's kind of just trying to figure things out on the fly, and with his Robo Bay being this late, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. Big move out. +1 attack has almost come in for Hero as well to add to his +1 armor, but Clem's got his own +1 attack, so at least he'll stay 1 upgrade behind, not 2. Clem, does he have a 4th and 5th barracks? Looks like he does on the left side of the main base. Phoenix come in. Tries to go for the Widow Mines a little bit late on that decision. Has to drop them. So many Phoenix, but he can't be losing these. 9 Phoenix. Oh, Medivacs are in the open. Oh, the Widow Mine scares him away. He's so active with these Phoenix, and he's keeping Clem back right now. Multiple observers on the front. Still only 57 workers with no 4th base. I'm shocked that there's no 4th in this game. I really think Hero has been a bit traumatized by Clem's aggression on like Whispers of Gold. I think he's overestimating how soon that push is going to come, and I think that 4th Nexus could have already started to pay for itself, but now he's kind of stuck in the mid-50s of the workers on a base with only 6 mineral patches and a purple gas. This is going to mine out very quickly, and his income's going to drop staggeringly. It's already not giving him the full mineral income of a 3-base setup. How can he target the Widow Mine behind the gas? You can just pick it up, just click on it. As long as you have detection, which he had to bring the observer down for it. Just have to click there. It'll always select the unit, not the gas, because you can't with a spell click on a building. Ooh, gets an SCV but loses a Phoenix. Still very active with those Phoenix. Stalker's warping in at home. First Colossus out, second one with extended thermal lances on the way. 4th Nexus finally starting, but Hero has dawdled his way to his economy, and I think you can see that he has misread the situation in the game a little bit. His main's half mined out. His 4th is mining out of minerals and gas, and his 4th base isn't finished. He should already have a 5th base building and have these probes transferred and be at 60, 70 workers minimum. But he hovered on 57 for far too long, and don't get me wrong, he hovered on a kind of lower economy on King's Cove and made it work for him, where he didn't push his economy despite spotting the fast 3rd CC. But this time around, it feels like he's just waiting for Clem to get over aggressive, because that's what Clem normally does. Oh, gosh! 2 Widow Mines behind the gas, scare those Phoenix away. I mean, he's going to be able to make a nice army because his worker count's not that big. That's the only advantage you get, guys, when you refuse to build economy like Hero is right now. He's now probing up. There's no way those probes are going to have time to pay for themselves before the fight happens. So this puts him in a situation where Clem is going to have just a bigger, scarier army. Hero needs to be perfect. No more mistakes in this game, my friends. You know, I love that he actually made the defensive base at the front work. I'll admit that I was completely wrong about that. Like I said, you know, I was like, the way he makes this work, get Clem to overcommit to aggression and shut it down. He did lose the Nexus, but I do feel like he failed to capitalize on the position that he got from it. I do think it was a good position. I think Hero could be quite ahead right now. As it is, I think Clem's got a small lead. All right, Marine Vision out. I mean, Clem's just so paranoid. The way he's playing is so defensive. He's kind of waiting for Hero to make mistakes, and uh-oh. Uh-oh, Phoenix getting caught a little. Oh, God. Vikings have him caught. He's got to commit one way or the other. He's going to lose 2 Phoenix before being able to recall. Only 6 Phoenix left. It's a total of 3 Phoenix that died this game. Impressive that that's all he lost, to be fair. Blink is now in, so the Stalker count's looking good. 3-2 upgrades on the way for Protoss. 2-1 for Terran, with +1 ship weapons also coming in. Hero, 68 workers against Clem's 68. Clem's been dropping mules, so he does have a bit more money. Banked up as well. Tank's getting picked off by the Stalkers. Nice ambush. Gets himself a Ghost as well. Oh, and gets himself a Viking. Yes, 2 Vikings go down. Really nice for Hero. He's going to keep pushing into a bit of an odd angle. He's attacking around a corner, though, and those Vikings are getting an excellent angle with the Stalkers over on the left. So the Colossus takes some really big hits. Now the Stalkers are on top of the Vikings, but the Vikings already got a bunch of good volleys off. Stalkers do take out a few of those Vikings, and Hero is going to fall back. Does lose only 1 Colossus. That could have been much worse. He's building heaps more, but this time Clem has learned his lesson. He has a 2nd star put on a reactor, and Hero is trying the same move that got him that win in that last game, which is an overcommitment to Colossus. But Clem is learning. He's adjusting. He's adapting. And if he goes up to 14 Vikings, he will shut this down, especially if you don't have Psystorm. Psystorm can punish an overcommitment to Vikings as well. There's no Psystorm in this game. +3 armor is coming in for Hero. Hero's 5th base is up. Has he transferred his workers? A little bit. Mineral patches are starting to run out. Zealot, Stalker, Colossus there. Here goes Stalkers trying to take down the Vikings. They're doing okay, but already another Colossus goes down and another. Stalker's taking out a few Vikings, but there's only 1 Colossus left, which means you got no splash damage. You only got 2 Colossus right now. There's still 6 Vikings on this map. Oh! Army comes forward. Guardian Shield's really good there for Hero. Helps him out a lot in these big battles, but The Stalker's blinking forward. The one last Colossus standing strong for now. It's out of shields, though, and the Viking's going to hunt it down. He's got to pull back. Double Disruptor Production's in the way. 11 Gateway Production for Hero. Hero doesn't have the money to lean on, though. He never had an advantage position. If he had those massive remaxes of Protoss from an early economic advantage, I could see him wearing down Clem's force. But right now, it's Clem with a massive army advantage. The upgrades aren't too bad as well. 2-1 against 3-2. It is a double upgrade advantage for Protoss, but with EMPs and with no more Colossus, it's just Bio Ghost against Stalker, Zealots, and Archons. And we know that's way better for the Bio army. The Colossus up top taking damage. That single Viking trying to take care of it. That single Colossus going down to the 2 Vikings. And the Bio army still standing strong on the ground as the front line of Zealots runs out. The first Disruptors arrive. They throw a ball from too far away. Only hit on a single Marine. +2 ship weapons coming in. More barracks being built behind this. Disruptor shots trying to land. Clem runs forward. Clicks with his important thing. Takes down the Disruptors before they can fire. And he will push forward. The eBay block throwing Hero off his game. Hero fought back so well, as he's known to do. Shut down the first push super hard, which was actually a good trade for a Nexus, but he was a bit too slow to refocus on his economy. Felt like Hero was a bit indecisive in what to do next in the game, and that really cost him. If he was instantly chronoing probes, building a 3rd and 4th Nexus, this is an entirely different game, because Clem was stuck in his corner of the map for the next 8 minutes, and Hero just did not build much economy in that 8 minutes. GG, well played. Clem gets the 3-1. And let's just look at how big that delay is now that we know what happened in this game. Nexus goes down about 6 minutes. 6:30? Let's check. How long was it till he rebuilt this? So, Hero just going to jump on top with charge. Would have loved to see the battery try to heal that, and then energy recharge and heal it again. Because you can imagine 300 more shields healed from this battery, and then you energy recharge, start healing it again. If he started healing early enough, he might have been able to save it, but he shuts this army down. Friendly fire from the tanks onto the Marines, which is awesome. Phoenix slaying the Marines. Phoenix Zealots so good against these pushes. And at this point, 6:30, the push is cleaned up. And this is where I want to go to Hero's camera, and I just want to analyze what he focuses on. Because, like I said, he should be chronoing probes. He chronos a Phoenix. He does build probes, and he rallies to his 3rd. Did you just see that? He rallied his Nexus to his 3rd. He could oversaturate on these bases, and he should be oversaturating them to get a bit of value. Instead, he changes the rally point to build the base. It's not efficient, but let's see what he does in the next few seconds. His probes have already stopped building. He picks off a few SCVs. This is good. This is good, but he should have queued up more probes. Okay, so he gets 3 SCVs, almost loses his Phoenix. He's still not building probes. Now he starts a Nexus. Where's the probe production? And he warps in sentries and looks back at his Phoenix without building probes. And then he goes for a Robo before building probes. And he only queues up 1 probe and then he warps in a Zealot. And now he finally gets back to double probe production. Oh, this is a huge... And then but he only queued up 1 probe. So he's back to 1 probe production. Now he's back to 2 probe productions. He's missed so much probe production. And he should have grabbed a probe and sent it to the base to immediately get that Nexus up with no delay. Yeah, this is a bad follow-up for Hero. I have to be very critical here because I really think with how much he shut down that push with Phoenix Zealot, which by the way was the perfect call to play. When you're taking this front base, you know you're going to bait Clem into being aggressive. So go for the charge Phoenix, which is not a good long-term style, but it's very good for shutting down those early pushes. Now he's back to non-stop probe production, but there was just such a big delay in that. And even here, he's only building 1 probe. Oh my gosh, the gaps in the probe production really hurt. And like I said, I really think he should take a 4th immediately as well. Because remember, this is only 6 mineral patches, the 3 gas. Your main is about to mine out in the next 30 seconds. Now, something I've pointed out is Hero has not studied his mineral timings. He never transfers out of his main straight away. You'll see Cyril, by 9 minutes, almost every single game, he's transferred his main down to 8 workers. Hero, it's often 11, 12 minutes when he transfers out of his main base. Despite these mineral patches always running out between 8.5 to 9 minutes. So you should know 8:30, 9 minutes, somewhere in this period should be when you transfer 8 of these workers to another base. Or in this case, yeah, 8 of them. Hero does not do that. And he doesn't even think about it because it's just one of those disorganized things where he just kind of does random stuff as Hero does. It's costly. This really adds up because now 8 of those workers are not really doing a lot as those 4 mineral patches finish running out at 850. This base is already fully mining. You're only on 57 workers with no fourth base started. Several minutes have gone by, 2.5 minutes since you first lost this third. And you can see he's just not able to keep up pace with CLEM. He still fought pretty well in those later fights. The first skirmish where he got a few Vikings especially, I do think he chased a bit too far up the ramp. But yeah, it's unfortunate. You can just see. So if you guys wonder how Estrella might not be the player that Hero is, right? In terms of clutch winning situations, nowhere near as good tournament record. But Estrella is a player who's always much more focused on recovering after damage. And if you compare one of his games where he loses a third to this one, you will see that very big difference. I think it's fine if Hero was getting more damage done and committing to aggression. But since he really didn't need more Phoenix to do more aggression, all this took was APM and micro. I think he could have macroed really hard while pinning his opponent with the Phoenix and done both at once. There's no reason why he couldn't. Either way, good to learn from it. Hopefully Hero learns for the next one. There is a loser's bracket in this tournament as well, so hopefully he comes back from there. GG, well played. CLEM gets the 3-1. Very solid play, very safe, and just not leaving many openings for Hero to take advantage of. Great play by CLEM.